With one member of the rebel crew captured and imprisoned, we turn once more to the journals of Ben Kenobi and a legendary adventure with Jedi Master Yoda. He's trapped on a world full of vicious, mysteriously powered children. Not easy will this be. Overpowered and captured, the Master must become a student once more, and the ripples of Yoda's struggle in the past will be felt by Luke Skywalker in the present. Connected it all is. Plus, join Princess Leia on a top-secret and highly dangerous mission on a planet that wants no part of the war against the Empire. When an injury threatens to end her mission, can she inspire that rebel spirit in a populace who just want to keep their heads down? Hillary, one Ryan here. So there you go, that's the synopsis for graphic novel I read during the month of July. Star Wars, Yoda's Secret War. And so the bulk of it, the main part of it, is primarily about Yoda, and it's all about how he took this trip, because like all of a sudden one day he started like feeling a disturbance in the Force, which is something that a lot of Jedi Masters are able to detect, and so he followed his gut feeling, I guess you could call it, and ended up on this distant planet that was previously believed to be uninhabited, but turned out to be inhabited. And he meets all of these kids and young kids, and then also teenagers. And in a way, it kind of like in the beginning, it reminded me a little bit of like Lord of the Flies kind of thing, because these kids, you know, they had no parents. Their parents supposedly had left, or you know, they were believed to be, most of them were believed to be killed in some war or something like that, some battle. And so these kids were now, you know, fending for themselves and filling in as adults in certain roles. And so that's why I said it initially came off as kind of like Lord of the Flies. But then, and then of course Yoda tries to learn more about these kids, and but he's not able to, like, they're like very reluctant to trust him, and because they don't know where he came from. All they know is that he came from the sky, and they actually try to hurt him at first. They try to kill him, and of course Yoda doesn't allow them to, but at the same time Yoda refuses to fight them. He does sustain some injuries in facing off against these kids, but that's mostly because he refuses to fight children. So, which makes sense, you know, obviously. So, and then Yoda quickly learns about the fact that these kids, they have access to the Force also, but they don't have any Jedi training, and it's not like what they do is like there's these like stones that come from this mountain, and essentially all of these stones that come from this mountain, they're infused with this immense power that is pretty much like radiating with the Force, or, you know, as far as like Yoda's understanding goes, that's how he's able to understand it, as the fact that these stones actually have a great amount of power in them, and not only that, but they're connected to the Force in some way. So, and eventually Yoda, he takes a trip up to the, you know, towards the mountain, climbs the mountain, you know, I mean, as much as he can, and he finds out some pretty interesting things. And I mean, I don't want to give it away, because I feel like if you're a Star Wars fan, I kind of feel like this graphic novel definitely adds a lot to not only Yoda's backstory, but also just the Star Wars universe in general. Because eventually Yoda figures out, what this mountain really is, and, what it really is, how old it is, how long it's been there, and why it's connected to the Force, and which ultimately for me I found to be very interesting. I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just going to be like Yoda going somewhere and just fighting with his lightsaber and all that. Which there is that element to the story, but there's so much more to this. So, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. As a Star Wars fan, I really enjoyed this. In fact, I feel like this could easily be made into some kind of movie, or they could insert it into some movie or something like that. I don't know, that's just me. And then the other half of it is, of course, like I meant, when I read the synopsis, it involves Princess Leia, but it's really short. And I don't know why they included it with this, maybe just to add extra pages to fill out the graphic novel, I don't know. But essentially it's just when Leia was, before she could get information about the Death Star or something like that, and she's stranded on some planet, and this woman finds her and helps to hide her. And initially, this other woman thought that Princess Leia was dead, but she was just knocked unconscious or something like that. And so she helped Princess Leia, I guess you could say, essentially, like, get back on her feet and get back to Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and all that. And I don't know, I kind of felt like this short story involving Leia didn't really like add a whole lot to anything else, and I mean, if anything, it's just kind of like one of those stories that you're like, oh, okay, so that happened before all this other stuff happened, okay. And but I mean, it was all right. So, but I mean, as far as the main story goes, which involves Yoda, I really thoroughly enjoyed that one. And so overall, I would give this graphic novel definitely 5 stars. 5 stars all the way. I guess maybe at the bare minimum 4.5 stars, but definitely 5 all the way. So, yeah. So that'll do it for my review of this Star Wars Yoda's Secret War. I recommend reading this if you're a big Star Wars fan, or a big Yoda fan, or even a fan of sci-fi in general. So, yeah. So there you go. That'll do it for this review. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.